Praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honor and praise to the apostle elders of GMS that taught me this truth, and peace and blessing to the fellow Akim that has a life daily, push this truth with sincerity, and to the few Aquaf listening and learning. This message go out to the hopeful elect, the 1/3 of Israel, the house of David that's going to be delivered. To the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And this video is on being faithful unto death. At the end, even Yahawashi said this in Luke 18 and 7. Shall not Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, avenge his own elect, which cry unto him day and night, which cry day and night unto him, and though he bear long with them, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, he shall find faith on the earth. And this faith that they're going to find on the earth, that Yahawashi is going to find on the earth, is of the hopeful elect and the 1/3. They're going to have faith and hope and put their trust in all the things that the Bible say that the Most High is going to do for the children of Israel. But I'm going to grab some quick examples of men having faith in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is going to make good on what he's going to do. And my first one is on Daniel 3rd chapter. Matter of fact, it's 2 in Daniel. Daniel the 3rd chapter, and is both under King Nebuchadnezzar, and further up in chapters up, he praised Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, but then he made himself an image of gold for the people under him to worship. So Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego didn't bow down or bend the knee down to this. When they played the music, the sound that he made, he told them to play for them all to bow down and to that beast, and this is what they did. Let's go into it. I'm gonna read it quick. Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold, whose height was 70 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. And he set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon. And then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent together the princes, the governors, and the captains, and the judges, and the treasurers, and the counselors, and the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And when the princes and the governors and the captains and the judges and the treasurers, and the counselors and the sheriffs and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up, they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. And then the herald cried, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and tongues, that what time ye hear the sound of the flute, the hornet, the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, the psaltery, and the dulcimer, and all kind of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. And whosoever falleth not down to worship shall be the same hour be cast into a burning fiery furnace. And wherefore at the time when all the people heard the sound of the cornet and the flute, the harp, the sackbut, and all kind of music, and all the people and nations and the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Wherefore at the time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. And they spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou king has made a decree that every man that should hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, and the psaltery, and the dulcimer, all kind of music, shall fall down and worship the image. And whosoever felleth not down to worship, he shall be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And there were certain Jews who thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. And then the king said in his rage, then Nebuchadnezzar in his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and they went and brought these men before the king. And it's just, what the king has set up, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. This is when the king asked them, King Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do ye not serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now, if you will be ready at the time when ye hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, the psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, then ye shall be cast the same hour in the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, O king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer you in this matter. But if it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. And this is an example, one of the many examples of a man of Yahawashi. Instead of worshiping another God, they told the king, if it was our power, Yahawashi would deliver us out of your hands. But if it be not be known unto you, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. And when Nebuchadnezzar, full of fury, and the form of his vengeance was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat up the furnace 7 times more than it wont to be heated. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound, and their coats and hosen and their hats and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, the furnace was exceedingly hot, and the flame of the fire slew those men who took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound in the midst of the burning fire furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto the counselors, Did we not cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? And they answered and said to the king, True, O king. And he answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And from the 4th is like the son of Yahawashi. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fire furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High Power, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire, and the prince and the governors and the captains and the counselors being gathered, saw these men whose body on fire had no power, and there was nor was a hair on their head singed, neither was their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. Hey, that's them having faith on Yahawah Shemi Shai. Hey, Yahawah Shemi Shai made a miracle for them. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, "Blessed be Yahawah, the Yahawah Bahasham Shai, the power of Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, who have sent his angel and delivered his servants that trust in him." And the main point, hey, you gotta have mad trust, you gotta have fear in Yahweh Shem Shai of the utmost, and that you won't go after these other guys. And coming up soon, hey, the MOTB, hey, is about to come up real soon. And we've been talking about it over and over again. Did multiple videos on the MOTB. But hey, this is the new guy, the new swine flesh, or the new idol. You know, hey, is you gonna accept that thing, or you gonna be like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and put your hope, faith, and trust in your fear and your belief in Yahawah Shem Shai that He will see you out of these things. And even if you do give up the ghost, like Eleazar did in Second Maccabees, the 6th chapter, or the Maccabees 7 and their mother, they gave up the ghost. Hey, you still gotta have faith that Yahawah Shem Shai will bring you back according to the scriptures. I'm gonna get it coming up next. But here's a person that died for the faith, the hope, and the trust in Yahawah Shem Shai that he will be brought back. He knew that dying for his belief is better than to live staying with such a thing, abomination on his life. This is Second Maccabees 6, 2 Second Maccabees 6 and 18. One of the principal scribes, Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man of well countenance, aged man of well-favored countenance, was constrained to open up his mouth and to eat swine flesh. Hey, this is another situation. You might, Elder Apostle Tahar always said that, that MOTB is the new swine. Is you willing to lay down your life and accept that new swine? If you are, you recorded as a man that's highly favored, in the book. The things that's happening in this life right now is being recorded of what we do. You know, well-favored countenance, constrained to open his mouth and to eat fine flesh, but choosing rather to die glorious than to live with a stains with such an abomination, and spit it forth and came to his own accord to the torment, as it behooved them to come that are resolute to stand out such things that are not lawful for life to be tasted. Are you willing to lay down your life for things that which is not lawful for life, for love of life to be tasted? Hey, if you take the MOTB, what to say? E don't still blow your brains out, or E don't still don't chop your damn neck off. You know, who to say that? Who to say that you take it and you still get put to death by Esau. You know, he ain't never kept none of his words. Even either Native Americans say he speak with a forked tongue, but you gonna trust in him? And a lot of people trusted him with that DVOT 9-1. But hey, that's on y'all. Hey, y'all trusted in him. Me myself, I'm not gonna trust him. If I'll be like, hey, living up to these examples that we have in this book, you know, and hope that Yahawashi have mercy upon me and deliver me or bring me back forth from the spirit world, put me back in a new and a better body than this body I got right now. You know, keep going. But they that had charge of that wicked feast, for the old acquaintance that they had with the man, taking him aside and besought him to bring flesh according to his own provisions, such as it was lawful for him to use, and make as if he did eat the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king, and that in so doing he might be delivered from the death and from the old friendship with them with old friendship with them he find favor, with them find favor. But he began to consider discreetly as his age and his excellency of his ancient years, to honor and the honor of his gray head, whereon was come to his own come in his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straightway to send him to the grave. Hey, this man kept his integrity. Hey, he knew what was before him, and he knew. Matter of fact, let me keep reading. For it becometh not of age or eye or anywise this assembly, by whereby many young person might think that Eleazar, being 80 old and 10, were now gone into a strange religion. And Eleazar was 90 years old. And so they, through my hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer, should be deceived by me, Slakia, and get a stain on my old age and make it abominable. For through my present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet I should not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. And therefore, manfully changing this life, I will show myself such as one as my age require. Therefore, Slakia, and leave a notable example for such as to be young and willingly die courageously for the honorable and holy laws. And when he has said these words, immediately he went to the torment. And they that led him changed the goodwill that they bear a little before into hatred, because of the aforesaid speeches proceeded as they besought from the desperate mind. But he was rather to die with stripes, and he groaned and said, it is manifest unto Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi that have the holy knowledge, and whereas I might have been delivered from death, now I endure sore pains in the body for being beaten, but my soul I am well content to suffer these things, because I fear him. Hey, you gotta fear Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Hey, they call him the King of Terrors. Hey, you have to fear him. Hey, he's somebody to be terrified of, and he's gonna put his terror in every living being when on the day of Yahawah, the day of the Lord, when the second coming of Yahawashi, and he's gonna put his fear of himself in every living being, including us. You know, everybody's gonna be afraid at the power of the Most High. You know, and thus this man died, leaving his death for an example for a noble courage and a memorial virtue, not to only young men, but unto all of his nation. So, hey, this is an example of how to be, faithful unto death. Let me grab a few more scriptures. This is you have faith in Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, that he can bring you back. It's a like thing for Yahawah Shem Yahawashi to put you back in the flesh, bring you back to life. Being reincarnated again. Back into a better body. Matter of fact, this is 1 Thessalonians 4:15. For this I say unto you by the word of Yahawah, by Shem Yahawashi, that we which were alive shall remain unto the coming of Yahawashi, shall not prevent them which are asleep. For Yahawashi himself shall send from heaven with a shout, with the voice of an archangel, and with the trump of Yahawah, and the dead in the Messiah shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with him in the cloud to meet Yahawashi in the air, and so shall we ever be with Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi. Hey, this is what we hoping for. Even if we give up the ghost, it's nothing. It's nothing for Yahawashi to bring you back into the life. That's a little thing, This is Revelations 10, 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you in prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Be faithful unto death. We want to get that crown. We want to, be of the hopeful elect or the 1/3. Be faithful unto death. Don't be turn into a bitch when the hour of temptation gets here. When they tell you that, you got to take this thing, or after they torture you and all that shit, because you don't want to take the MOTB. And he that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit say unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. And the second death is a thermonuclear destruction of this place right here, Babylon the Great, America. This place right here is going to get destroyed by them thermonuclear warheads. This place, judgment is about to come real soon. This is Revelations 6 and 9. And when he had opened up the fifth seal, and I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of Yahawah, for the testimony they held, and they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Yahawah, by Shem Yahawashi, holy and true, thou dost not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell upon the earth. The saints, they giving Yahawah Shem Yahawashi no rest up in the spirit world. The prophets, You know? This is Revelations 14 and 12. Here is the patience of the saints. When it goes into patience, it goes into suffering. It's go into the suffering of the saints. You have to suffer to really be patient in this thing of ours. You know, we have to suffer all these things that's going to happen to us. A loss of family, a loss of life, loss of friends, brothers in this thing of ours. You have to be prepared for these things that's going to happen to you. And here are they that kept the commandments of Yahawah and the faith of Yahawashi. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, Blessed are the dead which die in Yahawah by Yahawashi, for henceforth, yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. And Yahawah by Yahawashi, by Shikakadash, Yahawah by Yahawashi, hope Yahawah by Yahawashi have mercy upon me and deliver me out of this thing. But if I have to give the ghost, I'm more than able and willing to do it. You know, just to if it gets my ticket into being one of the hopeful elect with the 1/3, I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to get that position. You know, and likewise, you also should be doing the same. This is my last scripture. It's Revelations 20 and 4. And I saw the thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahawashi and for the word of Yahawah, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with the Messiah 1,000 years. And this is what we want to do. We want to get what Yahawashi is going to give us, you know. And that great dreadful day of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, a great dreadful day of the Lord, when the Most High destroyed this place right here, Babylon the Great, America, and other parts over there in Europe. We want to hope that we have mercy, and our name is written in that book. You know, I pray this video was edifying to the hopeful elect. And with that said, that's it on this video. Until the next one, shalom.